Hey guys, how's it going? Ghosty Rich here with a video on speaker wire today. So as you can see right here, I'm holding a amp wire for a car, and this is definitely the best thing to use. You don't want to be going to, say, an auto body shop or something and picking up 8 gauge or 4 gauge auto body wire, or car wiring, because that's going to be looking a lot like this. As you can see, there's not a lot of strands. It's very thick. That's the best way you can tell, is if you try to push down with your finger and it doesn't move, or it feels like it could actually puncture your thumb with each strand, then that is definitely electrical wiring for your car. Even your house uses Romex, right? So it uses one solid strand. This is good for, say, in-house stuff, or for high power. It's also lower frequency, which is what you don't want with the car wiring. You want to have that more control of your frequency. That's why you use the more stranded stuff, which you'll see here. If I were to open this up, as you can see, because there's just thousands of threads in here, that when you cut the speaker wire, you also know that there's a lot more. Like if I had this and this amount, there'd be maybe not even a quarter, there'd be a lot less. It's mainly about hitting those higher frequencies, and even with your subwoofer you want to do this. That's why you get this, because it's better for the power wire and whatnot in your car. And as you can see, I'm choosing this one also because I've had this kind of wire in my car for a while, and I've tested it to make sure it doesn't get as badly oxidized. Say if you were to take this, which is in-home speaker wire, which is good for the in-house because it doesn't get a lot of weathering, as I'd like to put it, so it doesn't oxidize inside the house. But if you were to, say, put this in your door of your car, you constantly have moisture and stuff in your car from doing the warning. It's constant. Well, it's outside. That's the best way to put it. After a while, you'll notice it'll get either black spots, or it will get white areas, white patches, just from oxidation and stuff in the wire. The best thing to do with this is just leave it for inside. It's great for your in-house amplifiers. You shouldn't be using, once again, you shouldn't be using electrical wire or that stranded stuff I just showed you for your for your in-house speakers. So this wire is great for in-house. But on that note, I think this is my oxidized piece here. You might not be able to see it too well. Just looking at the tips, pretty much the entire wire is that dark color. This is what happens to the wire over time. That's why you replace it after, whenever you replace your system, you can always replace the wire. But yeah, after a while, it does start to, do this. That's why I suggest using proper car audio wire that'll look like this. Only, if you go in, just make sure if you're buying car audio, you actually buy it from the car audio section, especially when it comes to RCAs. I always go in, to where I work, and there'll be kids who come up to me and they said, "Oh, we bought these 12-foot component cables. Could you run these to the back instead of the RCAs for my car?" And the first thing I bring up is, remember how people always say, "Oh, you could get noise feedback when you're running RCAs along power." If you buy nowadays RCAs and you run it along 4 gauge and you run car audio RCAs, you won't get feedback. But if you run, say, RCAs from the home theater section, there's a more higher chance because it's not the same shielding. That's the best way I can put it. If you buy a Stinger kit, we'll put for example, those RCAs for sure you can run beside. I've done them lots of times. But say if you walked up to me with a set of Dynex cables or some cheap dollar store 17 footers, I would tell you to take them back, because I don't want you complaining in a bit that you're getting, some sound interruption or frequency interruption. It's very important. The wire is just important as the shield. Make sure you're matching it up properly. That's another problem with these, is this kind of speaker wire, even though you shouldn't have that problem with this stuff either. This shielding is really good. And then of course the last kind of wiring, which I don't have any here to show you, is the one with the white jacket or gray jacket, and it'll have, you know, some strands, and that would of course be your in-wall wire. How you know if you have in-wall? It doesn't look like this. This is definitely not in-wall. This is for, you know, if you have in-wall speakers and whatnot, what it's going to have is it'll have a white jacket or gray jacket, and then it'll have two insulated wires on the inside. That's how you know you have in-wall rated wire, and I highly suggest you using that. And yeah, that's about it really. These are, you know, the two different audio wires. Basically, never mix car and home theater wiring together because they're both made. It's like mixing Christmas lights. You don't put indoor Christmas lights outdoors, and you don't put outdoor Christmas light. Well, you could put them indoors, but they're big and they're bulky. So same can be said for car audio wiring. You technically could use it inside, but it's more expensive than home theater wire usually, and it's usually smaller grade. I mean, this is, if you take a look at the jacket on this stuff, it's, you know, it's just different size jacket, different size everything. Just basically make sure you're shopping the wire for the right use. You know, you wouldn't want to use this for, you know, wiring up a plug in your house, because that wouldn't be good at all. You should be using Romex anyways, or whatever else is available in your area. So if you have any questions, if you're wiring up a system and you're questioning your wires, feel free to post in the comment section below. I'd be happy to help you, and we can go over a few things. Alright, thanks for watching and have a great day. Like and subscribe.